Good morning, Mizzou fans from Augusta, Georgia. Gabe DeArmond here with PM in the AM for Tuesday, July 15th. Games get underway at Peach Jam this afternoon. 2 o'clock local time. I'm going to go over and check out Jason Crow and Ethan Taylor, Scotty Atkinson, Tristan Reed, whatever other Mizzou targets may be in attendance and in action this afternoon. But yesterday, I spent the morning over at the Riverview Park Activities Center at an EYBL coaches clinic. And I got to see a side of Dennis Gates that I'd never seen before. And I think that most people have really never seen. Gates was open, unguarded, loud at times, just showing emotions that I hadn't seen. He spoke at a clinic for EYBL coaches. It's the second year the clinic's been put on. Gates was the first college coach to speak at this. I talked to the organizers, and they said he was the guy they wanted because Dennis started his career as an EYBL coach with Mean Streets back about 25 years ago. I've got a story on kind of that evolution, how he went from there to being the Missouri head coach, talking to these coaches on our site this morning over at powermizzou.com. So I hope you check that out. It's got some insight from the event organizers, from Gates himself on the process, and think you'd enjoy it. Hope you check that out. But the point was the Dennis Gates, I know, like I don't know him. People ask me all the time, what do you think of Dennis Gates? I say, I don't know him. I mean, I cover him. We ask him questions and he either answers them or more likely doesn't answer them, but I don't know the man. And that's not saying anything bad. Everyone handles this coach media relationship a little bit differently, right? Like, I feel like I'm not saying I know Eli Drinkwitz well. Like, we're not friends, so we don't hang out, but he lets us see a little bit more of him. And I've had, just kind of casual conversations with him that aren't related to the job. That's not the case with Dennis Gates. It is very transactional. Here is, hey, this happened. We need you to talk about it. You talk about it, please, or talk about whatever you want to talk about when we ask you about this other thing. That's just how he handles the media. He's not letting people that are not in the inner circle inside. Well, yesterday I got a little glimpse of that. And I do think it's important to say I appreciate Dennis. I appreciate the Missouri staff for allowing me to be at that event, because even though it was open to the public, they didn't have to do that, right? I'm a member of the media and it's a different deal. So they could have easily said, hey, you can't write about this. And there wouldn't have been a lot I could do. But they were gracious enough to let me observe and let me write a story. And it just showed us, it showed me why, hey, now I get what some of these players say about Dennis Gates. Now I get why some of the parents and some of these recruits like him, and why some of these other coaches say things they do about Dennis Gates. Because before yesterday, I mean, I knew they said it, but I hadn't seen any proof of concept. I had a hard time reconciling the guy I interact with in my job with the guy that they talk about, because like, I'm just trusting that guy exists based on what they say, because I'd never seen that guy. Saw that guy a little bit on Monday morning, and it was refreshing. I don't expect it's a guy I'm going to see a lot going forward. He's not going to suddenly change the way he deals with the media and answers questions and all that. Again, that is completely within his rights. Everybody has to be themselves and handle it how they want to handle it. So I don't think this is going to change the relationship going forward, and we're suddenly going to start getting these expansive, insightful answers from Dennis. But it was interesting to see. It gave me a little different perspective on a guy that I've covered for 3 years. And I always find that interesting. And that's why I wrote the story I wrote. And I hope, again, you guys will go over to powermizzou.com and check it out. It posted first thing on Tuesday morning. Again, I'll be over at Peach Jam this afternoon. full reporting from there. Gerard Hamilton doing all the football stuff leading up to SEC Media Days this week. We'll continue to follow whatever happens. So appreciate you hanging out. Like, comment, share, and subscribe here. Go over to Power Mizzou, read the story, sign up for a VIP membership there for 30% off. Plan to be back here tomorrow morning. We'll do it sooner if news warrants, but probably tomorrow morning, then live show Thursday after SEC Media Days, planning on a live show on Friday after the Jason Crow Jr. announcement in Augusta. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll talk to you next time.